So hello everyone, welcome back to the Ezan Educators. So we'll still continue with the video tutorials based on the unit business law. So this marks our third lesson, and today's objective is we're going to look at the administration of law in Kenya. So we are going to begin by defining what is administration of law, whereby administration of law in Kenya refers to the enforcement of laws by the court of law. Enforcement of laws by the court of law. So we have the structure of courts in Kenya, whereby we have the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in Kenya. So the second highest court in Kenya is the Court of Appeal. Then we have the High Court, and lastly we have the Magistrate Courts. So we'll begin by the Supreme Court. So under the Kenyan Constitution, Supreme Court is the highest, and it is the president of the Supreme Court is known as the Chief Justice. So the Chief Justice is the president of the Supreme Court. In addition, Supreme Court is the only court that can hear and determine any case challenging the election of the president. For example, if there are any disagreements arising from the election of the president, it is the duty of the Supreme Court to rule out that case. So the Supreme Court also attends to appeals from the Court of Appeal. So appeals, these are example, these whereby maybe the participant in a certain case are not satisfied with the ruling that had been made by the Court of Appeal. So it is the duty of the Supreme Court to hear such cases. Then we have the second highest court in Kenya. It is known as the Court of Appeal. So it comprises of 12 judges, and it is headed by a president of the Court of Appeal. So it has jurisdiction of appeal from the High Court. So the third highest court in Kenya is the High Court. So it has unlimited jurisdiction in criminal and civil matters, and also it has the responsibility to supervise subordinate courts. So it is the duty of the High Court to supervise the subordinate courts. Then lastly we have the magistrates. These are the only subordinate courts in Kenyan Constitution. So an example of a magistrate or an example of a subordinate court here in Kenya is the Kadhi Court, which deals with the cases dealing with personal issues such as marriages. So that is basically the structure of courts in Kenya, whereby we have seen the highest court. It is the Supreme Court. Then the second highest court is the Court of Appeal. Then we have the High Court, and lastly we have the magistrate. So we have said that the Chief Justice is the president of the Supreme Court, and also we have said that the Supreme Court is the only court that can hear and determine any case challenging the election of the president. It also attends to appeals from the Court of Appeal. So the second highest court we have said is the Court of Appeal, which is comprised of 12 judges, and it is headed by a president of the Court of Appeal. And also you have said that it has jurisdiction of appeal from the High Court. So the third highest court in Kenya is the High Court. It has unlimited jurisdiction in criminal and civil matters, and also we have said that it has the responsibility of supervising the subordinate courts. So lastly we have the magistrates, whereby we have said that they are the only subordinate courts in Kenyan Constitution. And an example of a magistrate is the Kadhi Court, which we have said that it deals with cases dealing with personal issues such as marriages. So that marks the end of lesson for today. That is we have achieved the objective of today, that is the administration of law in Kenya. Thank you.